All right, guys. Hey, what's going on? Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. What? Look at here, man. I got some great video going on tonight. I decided I'm gonna mix it up and go just fucking crazy. And I put the disco light up in here. What is it? A disco light? I guess that's not disco. Disco is like the big bulb with all the mirrors and shit, and the lights coming off of it, and it kind of rotates around. I don't even know what this is called, to be honest with you. It's I guess it's disco. It could be disco. It's just a fun light. Let's be honest. It was over here in the corner. One time, Caleb and I said we were going to do it. We tried it out. I think it was during the Blue Spear episode, as a matter of fact. And Caleb nixed it and said, "No, it doesn't look good. It's just a bunch of fucking dark light and whatever." So I brought it back. Right here. We got the on-air sign going on. We got the light back here in the carpet corner. I hope it looks all right. I don't know. I thought it looked okay through the little tiny lens on the camera as I was looking through the GoPro over here. But yeah, it's Thanksgiving. I want to mix it up a little bit. I wanted to put some kind of funk onto it, I guess. I don't know. But so I'm doing this episode. I just came back. What's going on my phone over here? I got a message. Let's take a look. Wait a minute. Okay, whatever. What was I doing? I don't even know what was I doing. What was I doing? Oh, I'm going to pour beer. That's what I'm going to do. So I brought some beer back from, where was I? I was at my brother's house, Kevin's. So we went over there for Thanksgiving and had a fantastic time, man. I really did. I was over there with my younger brother, Kevin. My brother Bruce was there, and his wife and his daughter, Skylar. I was over there with Kevin and Susan, his wife, at their house, and their daughter Kayla. My mom and dad were there. Susan's sister Melissa was there. We had Crosby, which is a dog. We had Snickers, which is a pain in the ass dog. Just growls and barks at everybody, especially me. I don't know. He's got a problem with me for some reason. I think I'm threatening to Snickers, and he just doesn't like me. Every time I come near him, he gives me a growl. He snarls at me, whatever. I was there for 6-7 hours tonight and did not warm up to me one bit. And I used to babysit those goddamn dogs. I used to go over there on a daily basis and let them out and give them food and water and play with them and talk to them. Goddamn dog still doesn't like me. I don't know what's going on with that dog. Snickers. I guess it's a S on the end of it. So, what is wrong with that dog? Why does it not like me? I don't know what I do to it. I don't think I'm threatening to it. I try and be as nice as I can. I'm a nice person. I love dogs. I love animals. I didn't bring Leia over there because it was just going to be too much. There was too much chaos going on, so didn't want to bring Leia into the mix and make more of a mess over there. So came back, and of course Leia smelled me and knew that I was out and not fornicating with other dogs, but at least interacting with other dogs. So Leia was very excited when I came home. What was I doing? I was going to open a beer. Okay, here we go. So I got a beer here and a growler. This is a 32-ounce growler. Oh, my God. Who put that lid on so tight? I can't even get it off. Ooh, there it goes. All right. So this is a red and white from Dogfish Head Craft Brewery. And let me look this up here. It's late, guys. It's 1:47 in the a.m. So it's not even Thanksgiving anymore. It's actually Black Friday. I don't know why. Why do we call it Black Friday? Maybe I need to look that up. Hold on. I'm not going to pour that over my keyboard. I've done that before, and that is a bad idea. All right. So I probably got enough for 2 pours in here. This is Dogfish Head Craft Brewery. That's out of Milton, Delaware. Dogfish Head started in June of 1995 when Dogfish Head Brewing and Eats was established in the beach community of... Fuck, I don't even know what that says, but it's in Delaware. Dogfish Head was the first brew pub of the state. The original plan to deliver great music, delicious food, and fine beers to the community came to life when the first batch of Shelter Pale Ale beers were started. Soon, Dogfish Head engaged in brewing 12 gallons of beer batches to supply the restaurant's need. Dogfish Head Brewery quickly achieved popularity beyond the state and reaches to nearby areas like Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. By the year 2000. Dogfish Head is selling over 20 types of beers in 30 states now. So that's what we're drinking. Or that's the brewery that we're drinking. This beer is called Red and White. It's a big Belgian-style wit brewed with coriander and orange peel and fermented with Pinot Noir juice. After fermentation, a fraction of the batch is aged in Oregon Pinot Noir barrels, and another fraction is aged in oak staves. The beer is blended together before packaging, so they blend both of those two together. This has been one of our most popular limited edition beers that both are Rehoboth. I don't know how you say that fucking word. Rehoboth. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Brew pub and at festivals. It successfully marries the refreshing citrusy qualities of a Belgian-style white beer, and the robust complexity of a bold red wine. So this beer is 10% ABV. It's got 35 IBUs, average rating of 3.82. It's got 28,000 plus ratings on Untappd, and it was added in August of 2010. And this is actually a 2016 version of this. Got this at Homegrown Brewhouse, 117 South Main Street down in downtown Summerville, South Carolina. And we give it a taste. Man, it's really fantastic. I mean, the coriander comes up right front on the palate when you first take a taste of it. The Pinot Noir barrels come through at the end. The alcohol is right there. I mean, it's up front. It's not overly apparent. It's not overpowering as far as the alcohol is concerned. It's there. You can definitely tell it's 10% alcohol, but it's not too hot, I guess you would say. I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm not a big wit beer fan at this point, as far as wheats and whites and Belgians, those type of things. But this beer is pretty fantastic. So I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So that's what we're drinking. Dogfish Head. I'm going to have probably a couple glasses of this as we go through. Excuse me. I have no notes for today. I did have some notes, actually. What did I write down here? So, excuse me. What did I have written down? What was I saying? I wrote this down today. So, I wrote down, you never ever really know until you know you know. You don't know how much people mean in your life until times like these. So I guess what I meant was, today or yesterday was Thanksgiving, and I went over to my younger brother's house, Kevin's, and we had a family gathering. And I'm kind of a solitary person. I mean, I get out and I interact with people because that's part of my job, it's part of my occupation, it's part of my job as far as Homegrown Brewhouse goes, and being a bartender. And just being in customer service is part of my job. As far as podcasting goes, I have to get out, interact with people, and shake hands and kind of make connections. And I have to also have people sitting across from me here at the table in the Craft Conversation Studios, or I have to go out and do remote podcasts. I have to talk to people. I have to interact. And sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes I put on a facade that's what I like to do, and that's the type of person I am. But I'm kind of a solitary person. I feel like I'm kind of a guy at this point that likes to be on his own and kind of do his own thing. and have my alone time, I guess. So for me to get out and do social interaction things like this, like Thanksgiving, like Christmas, like birthdays, like holidays, like anniversaries, all these types of things, it's kind of tough for me sometimes. And you know what? I'm going to interrupt for a second. I can hear this this light kind of rotating, and I hope it doesn't come through too badly on the audio. But you know what? If it does, it does. I think it was fun. I enjoy it. It's really entertaining me right now. So, but what was I saying? I just don't do the social interaction stuff anymore as much as I used to. You know, when I was married and when my kids were around, it was fun to interact and be social and have gatherings and have get-togethers. And I don't know. I've become kind of more of a hermit, I guess, and kind of stick to myself. But I realize once I get back into these social gatherings, like there was today at my brother's house for Thanksgiving, that I like the interaction of people. I like the connection with society. I like the connection with family. I like the connection with just people, I guess. So it was nice. It was nice to get back together with family and to discuss things. You know, my brother was there. My older brother, he ran a turkey 5K this morning down in downtown Charleston, and to interact with him and to just kind of hear about what he did and the accomplishment he had as far as 5K, and you know, he was one of his best friends, and some other people that he was with down there, and just the interaction that they had and the camaraderie, and just to discuss those types of things with him was fantastic, which was fun. Even during the day, you know, my youngest son Facebooked me. Facebook? He didn't Facebook me. My oldest son and my youngest son FaceTime me because we all had the iPhone, so you could Skype or whatever, but they all FaceTime me, and we had some great talks. It's a holiday. I don't talk to them as much as I would like to. They both FaceTime me, and we had some great conversation. My oldest son is actually out in Telluride, Colorado right now. He had a client of his, perks of the job, I guess. A client of his allowed them to stay, he and his wife, Megan, allowed them to stay in a condo out there at Telluride, Colorado. They're not skiing. I'm really flabbergasted by that. If I was in Telluride, I would be skiing my ass off right now at the fucking ski resort. But Megan doesn't ski, and so they're just enjoying the food and the coffee and the scenery and the mountain town that is Telluride, and that's fine. That's good enough in itself. But if I was there, I'd be just tearing up that mountain skiing. But he FaceTimed me from there, and we had a great conversation. And then later on in the day, my youngest son, Alec, FaceTimed me from Reno, and he was up there having a good time. He actually kind of come back to what Bruce was doing. He did a 5K today, but Alec did a 10K today, a turkey, what was it called? Wobble before you, gobble before you wobble 10K or some shit like that. Came in 28th out of 342 people, I think. Don't quote me on that, but he came in the top 9% of the people that ran today, and that's just fantastic. Alec has always been a fan. Oh man, he's been a great runner, a great endurance athlete. Started him out when we were in Alaska. We used to run quite often. That's where I did the bulk of my running when I was a runner. Marathons, 10Ks, 5Ks, 10Ks. I said 10Ks. 10 milers is what I meant. Half marathons, ultra marathons, triathlons. I just did a shit ton of running out there. I got Alex started running he ran track. Brian did as well. Brian ran track. Alec kind of ran cross country, so he was more of a distance runner. Brian was kind of more of a fast, short distance runner. Couldn't do both. I mean, they're both just amazing athletes, to be honest. What was I saying? So he was a cross-country runner, and we started doing this thing called it was a Tuesday night running series. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it would be anywhere from 3 to like 6 miles out there in Alaska, and it would be every Tuesday. You didn't know what the distance was until you got to the race course, and you would go out there and you'd see a map that was laid out, and it would show you the course, and it would, you didn't know what to expect. You get out there on a Tuesday at 6 o'clock, and it might be a 3-mile course, it might be a 6-mile course, but you didn't know till you got there. So it was always a surprise. It was always through the woods, and it was always maybe muddy and woody, and it was always off-trail type stuff, but or off-road trails type stuff. So I got him started in that, and what was my point? So he came in 28th out of 342 people, I think, the top 9%. He did a 10K, ran it in 44 minutes and some odd seconds. The guy only trained for like 3 weeks. He had a guy that said, hey, I want you to run a 10K with me, and he said, okay, I'll start training for it. And he ran every single day and trained up until the race today and came in 28th. I think it was 28th, might have been 29th. It was somewhere around there. It was top 9% is all I know. So this guy is just insane. He's cut from the same cloth as me and my older brother. And even Kevin. Kevin's a tough guy. He doesn't do a lot of running, but he's a hardcore gym rat. So we just, I guess it's in our genes to kind of have a tough mentality and to just get out there and just do it. And even my brother told me today that, man, your niche is motivating people and getting out there and working out and motivating people to work out, training people and giving people information and fitness and nutrition and wellness. And my oldest son has told me this, and even my youngest son has told me this, and I know that's what I need to do. And it's what I've done for 20 plus years in the military, as far as being in physical therapy and occupational therapy. It's and even as a recruiter, I mean, that's what I've done is I've motivated people and I've trained people and I've got people into better shape and to better fitness and to just improve people's lives. I think I don't know. You tell me. Have I improved your life? Have I done anything that has helped you progress in your fitness and your wellness, your nutrition? I hope I have. Because I feel like that's what I'm out here to do is to help. And that's why I started this podcast. That's why I started the Dale's Thoughts from the Zen Garden. That's why I started the Keto Dojo. That's why I was in the career field that I was in. That's why I became an Air Force recruiter, to help people realize their dreams and to give them a career and a life and an income and education and satisfaction and security and whatever. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. And just as an update, I got an email back from the VA guys. I talked to you a while ago about the MOVE program for the VA that, I had gone to the doctor, and the doctor was impressed at the weight that I had lost and my health and my biomarkers as far as my blood test and things like that, and my blood pressure that I had come off of 7 different medications, and wanted me to get involved with the MOVE program to help other veterans to improve their lives and to lose weight and to get healthy and to get fit and make a positive impact on those guys. So I got an email back here recently that they want me to come out and talk to some classes in February. They don't have any openings until then, so I'll be getting together with those guys in February and doing some talks with some veterans and trying to help improve their lives. And that's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't even know. I don't even know where I was going with that. Man, it's 2:02 a.m. in the morning. Why do I do these things so late? I didn't want to, but I was at a get together. It's Thanksgiving. I was with family and friends. Was over there. My mom brought some keto dishes, so my mom's on board with the healthy living. She brought a couple keto dishes. My brother Kevin, he and his wife Susan are on board with the keto stuff, so they tried to be as keto as possible with their sausage balls that they made, and we had prime rib instead of turkey, so it was a fattier cut of meat, and just all kind of good stuff. Spinach dip, and they had some crab, some clam dip that they had made. Everything was with heavy cream and sour cream and cream cheese and just a lot of good fats and a lot of good, zero carb as possible. Had a great dinner over there, man. It was a great time. We did partake in some wine, and we had some beers, and we had some stuff called apple pie, which is kind of like a moonshine type drink that you can create. What else we have? We had some pies. We had some carbohydrates. Don't get me wrong. We partied it down a little bit, celebrated, and you know what? We're gonna get over it. And tomorrow, we're gonna get back on board and kind of dial down the carbs again. But today was a celebration. We were celebrating stuff that we were thankful for. And you know what? I'm thankful for all these fucking guys that showed up tonight. My brothers, my parents, Susan's sister, my nieces. I'm thankful for all those people. And they make my life, richer than it would be otherwise. So, and I'm thankful for both my sons. They called me and FaceTime with me and shared Thanksgiving with me from across the world, in a different place in Nevada and Colorado over there. So I hope everybody had a great time. I hope you all had a great time, had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you were with family and friends and that you had fantastic food and beverages. And, we sat around and watched movies all night tonight. We watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. We were watching Pretty in Pink. We had great discussions about 80s cinematography with John Hughes and a whole bunch of other people, directors, actors. Just really went through the gamut of just fantastic cinematography that happened in the 80s. And it was just a great time. It was a great time tonight. Had a really good time. I really did. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be living in this time. It's the greatest time in the world. I talked about last podcast that people say, oh man, this is the end of times and things are just so crazy and this is the worst time to be living, and there's so many massacres, so many school shootings, and so many shootings in general, and just Donald Trump, and oh my God, just people just complain, man. This is the best time to be living ever in the history of time. Really, I mean, you could argue some other times here and there, the Roaring '20s and the '50s, and even the '80s. There's been a lot of good times, trust me. But this is a great time. And I'm glad that this is the time that I'm living in. I really am. I'm not going to get too long-winded today. I don't know. I didn't have any notes. I didn't have anything to write down. I came home from Thanksgiving dinner, and I was just feeling like doing a podcast. I knew I was going to do it anyway because it's Thursday and I need to put something out for Friday, but I had nothing at all written down today. Sorry, that was kind of a loud sip that I had there. I don't even know if David Goggins put anything out new today. Let's take a look real quick. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's see. David Goggins. What was I going to look up? There was something at the beginning of the podcast that I said that I was going to look up, and now I can't remember what the hell it was. I wish I had an intern sitting right here. I wish I had somebody sitting here that would look up stuff and that would remember what the fuck I was talking about. So when I didn't remember, they could remember and put me back on track as to what I was saying. What was I saying? I think I mentioned this is a 2016 version of this red and white, right? Homegrown Brew House. We got the only keg of that, I think, in the state, as a matter of fact. Excuse me. Yeah, the David Goggins is from November 15th, so I've already talked about that one. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about TNriverraft at gmail.com. That's Slayton Johnson. He's up there in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. He runs some river rafting up there, and he's also a zipline guy. He's a river raft guy. If you email him, it might be a bad season right now, but he says he never shuts down. So you might do some glacier rafting up there in Tennessee. But he's a river guy and zipline guy. And if you email him at tnriverraft at gmail.com, hook up with Slayton and go have an adventure up there somewhere. Tell him I sent you. Maybe you will get a discount. What else? I wrote down some notes actually for the podcast here yesterday, the day before. I wrote down an ops check. You know, I've had some people give me some feedback that I've had a hum or a hiss or something in the electrical system, in the audio here that is kind of off-putting. You know, some people have better hearing than others, and they can pick up more frequencies and more sounds than others. And there's been some people that have said, hey, the podcast looks great, it sounds great, but there is a hum and a hiss that is very irritating, that is almost hard to listen to, almost impossible to listen to, and you need to figure it out. So I think I figured it out. I hope that this audio today is better than what it has been in the past few episodes. I can't hear it, guys. My hearing is shit. I actually get a little bit of the disability from the VA because of my hearing. I've got tinnitus, where I have this amazing ringing in my ears. It's also exacerbated by the polycythemia vera that I have, the blood disorder that I have. Also increases that tinnitus in my ears. So I can't hear that shit, man. I listen back to the audio and I'm like, damn, this sounds fucking fantastic. This audio is amazing. And then I get the feedback that, oh man, I just hear this annoying hum and hiss and electrical interference in the audio. And I apologize. I can't hear it. I wish I had, again, an intern or a producer, somebody that is working the audio and video that would realize that stuff and make sure that doesn't happen. So I apologize for that. I don't have the ear for it, and I'm trying to do all this by myself. I'm doing the audio, I'm doing the video, I'm doing the podcast itself, I'm doing the lighting, I'm doing the decorations, I'm doing the camera angle, I'm making sure that the camera's on, I'm making sure that the audio works, I'm making sure I got a beer here to drink, I'm making sure the glassware is clean and presentable. It's just, I'm doing everything and I'm trying to get it all correct. And if I don't, I apologize. And if I don't, it's on me. And I take it very seriously. I really want this thing to be fantastic and the best quality that you can possibly imagine. I want to mix it up. I want to throw in some fancy lighting. I want to do some different angles. I want to do a different shirt. I want to put stuff on the screen up here for you. I just want to do all these great things for you guys. And I'm trying my best. So I want you guys to stick with me, and I hope you give me feedback. Email me at craftconversationspod@gmail.com. Make a comment on the Facebook page, on the Instagram page, on Podbean, on iTunes, on Spotify. Give me feedback and tell me what you like, what you don't like, and what you'd like to see, what you don't like to see. And I want to make corrections. I want to make adjustments and refires to make this thing for you guys, for the people. So what I did is I made an ops checklist here to make sure that I get all the things that I need to do up front, and then I made a post-production checklist of all the things I need to do once I get done with the recording to make sure that it's a good quality. So I've got notes and I've got checklists. Stick with me, guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you. It's Thanksgiving yesterday, and I am thankful for each and every one of my listeners, my followers, my supporters, my friends, my family. Just so much to be thankful for, and I've grown so much in this year, and I think you guys have seen that, and I hope you guys have realized it, and I want to continue to grow with you guys for the rest of this year, 2018, and into 2019. We're gonna change the world next year, guys. You, me, everybody else involved, we're going to make a difference in this next year. And I hope we've made a difference this year. And if we haven't, then I'm doing something wrong. So, all right, guys, I'm not going to keep everybody. We got the fancy lighting going on. There's no David Goggins today. We are now 31 minutes in. I think I'm going to shut it down and see if I can get this sound right. We're going to push this thing out in the morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a great Black Friday. Get out there and don't buy stuff that you don't need. Don't let these guys suck you into buying stuff that you don't need. Keep that minimalist mentality. Less is more, guys. Spend time with people. Don't spend money. Does that make sense? Spend time. Don't spend money. Let's do that. Spend time. Don't spend money. That's my tip for today. I think that's going to enrich your life. I think that's going to make things better for you and for other people. Spend time, not money. All right? I'll talk to you soon, guys. Love you.